Let's get this interview underway. We are interviewing Joe Vitale Jr., musician, songwriter, performer, entertainer, master of instruments. I came up with all those titles myself.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Good. Joe, what's going on?
Hey, guys. It's great to be back on the show again. I appreciate you guys having me back on, and I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I'm glad that the snow is actually starting to melt finally. We were buried over here for a couple months.
Oh, where are you abouts again?
I'm in Ohio. I'm about an hour south of Cleveland.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, I have to ask now. Have you ever been to Cedar Point?
Oh, of course.
Oh, man. Cedar Point is I think it's tied with the most roller coasters in a theme park in America.
Wow.
And it's
somewhere like around 17 to 19 coasters. I keep losing track of the current count.
They keep adding one like every year.
I know. They've
awesome.
been doing that ever since I was born, practically.
Oh, I've been there once, and the one time I was there, we had to run all the way across the park just to get on the Millennium Force back when it came out. I think I was on the 4th train.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was amazing. And then when you got to the top, you wanted to get off, but you couldn't.
Right. Oh, yeah, exactly. You're about I think that one's like 318.
Yeah.
And then the new one that they built a couple years ago, Top Thrill Dragster, is 420, I believe.
Yeah, 420.
Wow. It's insane. It takes only about 30 seconds to ride it, but I haven't been on that one yet. I have to get up there this year.
Oh
yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's great you're up there. We're interviewing you because we just got word of your album Dancing with Shadows. That was from 2008, I believe.
Yes.
I listened to it last night. It was pretty solid. I liked it a lot. And I have a question here. It was where did I put that question? Yes. It's interesting. I couldn't really genre-tize it. It seemed like there were classical rock elements to the album, but there was also a lot of industrial influences, it seemed.
There is.
Could you tell us what bands and artists influenced the sound that was put onto your album?
Well, no problem. When I was growing up, I grew up with being on the road with my dad a lot, and he toured with groups such as Crosby, Stills and Nash, the Eagles, Joe Walsh, and so forth. Mm-hmm. And so I grew up with a lot of classic rock influence and all that. And then on top of that, around 1994, when Closer came out by Nine Inch Nails, I just absolutely fell in love with all the synth, the added, doing songs almost complete with synth and a lot of distortion and stuff. And so I started messing around writing toward the end of the 90s and kind of fell into this sound where you kind of combine a lot of classic rock guitars combined with a lot of real heavy analog synths. Right. And it kind of all of a sudden just materialized. And I absolutely love it. So I basically call it industrial classic rock.
Okay.
To coin the phrase there. But I listened to The Who, Nine Inch Nails. Absolutely loved the group The Darkness. I was just so sad when that group broke up because I absolutely love them.
Okay.
Groups like that.
Yeah. Do you have any really current 21st century bands that you think are really good?
There's a bunch actually that are really good. I'm trying to think of it. I just heard it the other night, and I can't think of the name of it now.
All right.
I just heard a new band, but no, there's a lot of amazing new groups. Actually, I think you played Wolfmother a little bit ago. There,
yes.
I love that group. That's really good.
Yeah, I was surprised when I first listened to them too. I didn't know what to expect, and I liked it a lot. Definitely. So that's good. Do you have anything, Andrew?
Yeah, I was wondering. Have you actually got to meet any of the bands you grew up listening to? I know you toured with your father. But did you get to meet any of the bands that your father didn't tour with that he might have been friends with?
I have actually. I've met Peter Frampton. I've met Tom Petty.
Oh my.
Let's see. This one I was really jealous. My dad was out. I didn't get to meet Trent, but Dad was out in L.A. rehearsing with Crosby, Stills and Nash last year, and they were rehearsing right next door to Nine Inch Nails and stuff. And my dad spent about a half hour talking to Trent Reznor, and I guess he's a very down-to-earth person, so I was kind of bummed I didn't get to meet him on that one. Yeah. But I'm trying to think who else I've met. There's been a bunch over the years, a couple of the Four Tops.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Wow, that's
it's hard
great.
to think off the top of my head. There's been a whole variety of them. Jimmy Buffett was another one.
Oh, Jimmy Buffett,
wow.
Okay.
I'm so
guys
jealous.
in Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, nice, that's good.
Love to meet Aerosmith.
Yeah, Brian Wilson, too, actually, from the Beach Boys.
Oh, cool. Beach Boys, it was actually my first CD I ever got.
Really?
Really? Which one did you get?
I think it was their first greatest hits.
Okay.
so that was like the very first CD, and I'm like, what's this? I was 9 or 8 or whatever I was at the time.
Oh, it's great. It's great music.
Oh, definitely. Nice, simple music. Very good.
Exactly.
What was your very first music performance in front of a live audience? I'm assuming it would be when you were very young, because you were always on the road with Crosby, Stills and Nash, Eagles, stuff like that.
It was actually. It's funny. Up until I was 10 years old, I wanted to be an astronaut.
Everyone
my
did.
My friends in school called me Space Boy and stuff like that. But I got to play on stage at Blossom Music Center, which was one of the first outdoor amphitheater venues in the United States. I think they built it in the mid-'60s. Anyway, it holds about between 19 to 22,000 people, and CSN was playing there in 1987, and they have a song called, I'm sure you know of it, it's called Teach Your Children,
right.
And they had me come out on stage and play tambourine to that, and I was like terrified because I was afraid I was going to screw the whole band up. I mean, how can you screw a band with a tambourine? I wasn't even really mic'd all that much. So,
someone had to find a way to do it one time.
Exactly. So, but I was about 10 years old, got to go out on stage, and I'll tell you, the second you hear a screaming crowd, it's like it's an instantaneous addiction to it. It's amazing, like the rush you get from that sound when the crowd screams. So even to this day, if I'm like, even if I'm at a concert or if I'm getting ready to go out on stage, whatever, every time I hear that, I just get this like just burst of adrenaline. I absolutely love that. So I was 10 years old though, the first time I ever got to play on stage for with my tambourine.
That's really cool. Tambourine. I'm assuming that there's not much complexities with the tambourine. You just gotta hit it.
You'd be amazed, actually. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. It all depends on the technique. There's like when I was in college, I went to Mount Union College.
Okay.
Actually, it's Mount Union University now. But my one professor out there who was teaching me a lot of, I was there for percussion performance at the time, taught me all of these tricks with a tambourine, how you can like make it rattle by simply running your hand around the edge of it. There's a lot of really bizarre tricks to do it. But in terms of what we were talking about, no, there's not too much.
Yeah, for a 10-year-old, it's just yay.
Exactly.
Nice. And feel free to completely brag as much as possible on this next question. How many instruments do you play?
There's quite a few, actually. I am a fairly hyper person, and I get bored easily, so I'm always trying to learn new instruments. So my primary instrument that I ever learned was drums. I mean, that coming from the family I'm in, that kind of came with the territory. But I play drums. My other primary instrument are vocals and guitar. I play synths, keyboards, bass, pretty much all known percussion. Let's see. I can actually play a didgeridoo, which is fun.
Oh, that's so cool.
Anything I can get my hands on, I try to learn it in a sense. So
I want you to make a song just with the
didgeridoo?
Yeah.
I can do that. I'll do that. I can do that.
Oh my God.
Cool.
That's funny. And you also, you're obviously vocals. I'm actually referring to your album now. You pretty much play every single thing on that album, Dancing with Shadows, right?
Yes, yeah, pretty much. My dad, who produced it, Joe Vitale, the drummer who produced it, he played drums on a couple things that if I felt, I mean, come on, if I got my dad there to play drums, I mean,
that's pretty cool.
I'm not going to turn that down.
Of course.
So, and I had a couple guest musicians, Tom Bukovac, who's real big in Nashville, and then David Santos, who's played on he's a bass player, David Santos. He played on about 3 tracks, but for the most part, about 90% of the record, or a little more of that maybe, I did play the bulk of the instruments on, because, I mean, again, when you're learning stuff and you don't want to wait to get musicians in, you just sit down and learn to play it, and you put it on the record. And I only put it on if it sounded good, mind you, too.
Right, okay. That's awesome. That must have been some awesome father-son bonding experience.
Yeah.
We had some interesting times, actually. We come from 2 different philosophies on recording, so we butted heads occasionally, but we also had fun at the same time. So it was a fun process. Actually, in my dad's book, which my mom wrote, it's called Backstage Pass. You can get it on my dad's website, which is jovitaleondrums.com.